Remember how you were surfing the web at work, sometimes checking crypto prices in between social media breaks, when the words Ethereum Merge started showing up all over the place? Don't worry, you're not alone. People all across the world have been so eager to learn more about the Ethereum Merge that, according to Google Trends data, the phrase has peaked in popularity all at once everywhere. Keep in mind that when it comes to your hard-earned cash, we don't claim to be financial experts. So, at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you what you do with the information we provide in our content. This video will help you to understand all the changes that Ethereum will be undergoing so that you can participate in any debate about the subject without getting lost in the first few sentences. Basically, this video will provide you with all of the information you need to decide whether or not to invest in Ethereum. You'll learn what's going on and how things will work in the future. Before we go any further, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to learn more about the cryptocurrency sector. What's all the hype about? The Ethereum Merge was around 21% as popular on March 6th as it is now. By March 20th, the phrase had reached an all-time high in popularity due to a tsunami of searches after that day. Because Canada has had the most searches in the previous 365 days, Google Trends has given it a score of 100, giving it the maximum possible score for Ethereum Merge searches among the general public. Google Trends lists proof of stake, Ethereum Merge date, and Ethereum 2.0 release date as the most commonly used search terms. This is not surprising, given how connected all of these topics are. That's all well and good, but the big question remains, what's the merge? If you've made it this far and still have no idea what the merge is, big props for not Googling it. And worry not, our valued viewer, because we've got you covered. The merge may sound like a troubling phase in humanity's path to the singularity, but it's not. Consider it the next phase of Ethereum's evolution, which has been termed the consensus layer recently. Ethereum, like Bitcoin, currently uses a proof-of-work consensus mechanism, which means that Ethereum miners with the most processing power are rewarded for certifying the most transactions on the blockchain. The system has also been accused of excessive energy consumption. During the merge, Ethereum's platform will merge with Beacon Chain, a proof-of-stake system. Therefore, the Ethereum validators who have staked the most crypto will be the ones to validate the most transactions from there on. The Ethereum Foundation said that version 2.0 will address Ethereum's scalability difficulties. The network currently handles roughly 30 transactions per second, but this is predicted to expand to 100,000 following the merge. Additionally, the improved scalability will help reduce the network's steep gas fees. No, we're not talking about actual gas prices, which, granted, are absurdly high too, but that's not why we're here. We're referring to the fee that's charged for making transactions on the Ethereum network. According to the Ethereum Foundation, this approach will reduce the network's energy use by 99.95%. At Decrypt's Camp Ethereal conference this year, Joseph Lubin claimed that the merger would end proof of work and solve Ethereum's carbon or energy footprint problem.
The merge will lay to rest proof of work, will lay to rest Ethereum's carbon or energy footprint problem. That all goes away.
The Ethereum Merge is coming, but why? And most importantly, when? According to Lubin, Ethereum 2.0 is scheduled to arrive in Q2 or potentially Q3 of this year. Since its debut in 2015, Ethereum has been pushing the limits of cryptocurrency, with its proof-of-work consensus adding a block of transactions every 12 or 13 seconds on average. According to the Digiconomist, Ethereum's proof-of-work security approach consumes around 100 TWh per year, the equivalent of a country like the Netherlands or 3% of the US's energy usage. While this only accounts for half of Bitcoin's energy usage, the trend has alarmed the Ethereum community for some time. As a result, for the past few years, a new consensus algorithm has been in development called proof of stake, which should be a game changer in theory. What is proof of stake? Because the proof of stake method doesn't rely on solving tough math problems, which we all hate, as the proof of work algorithm does, it can operate on extremely low processing resources and is considerably more energy efficient. Proof of stake consensus takes the role of the miners of the past proof of work validators. To be a part of the consensus, validators must stake some cash in the form of Ethereum in a smart contract in order to participate. Validators are then selected at random to propose the next block or to validate the block of someone else. In exchange, they receive a payout equal to their investment or stake. If a validator engages in fraudulent behavior, his or her stake will be slashed, which means it will be taken away. Why? Because this guarantees that validators remain trustworthy and complete their tasks. If we were to give you an example, consider the time when you were young and didn't do your chores or weren't a good kid. Your parents would often take away your Nintendo for bad behavior. This is something comparable to that childhood memory you may or may not have. Proof of stake uses lightweight computing to replace the bulky hardware required for proof of work. And so there's no need to spend a lot of money on sophisticated equipment or use a lot of power to help secure the network. The switch to proof of stake is expected to cut the Ethereum network's energy usage by 99.95%. That would put Ethereum's consumption on par with Tonga, a Polynesian nation with a population of more than 100,000 people. How amazing is that? The beacon chain. Even though Ethereum hasn't yet fully transitioned to proof of stake, staking has been taking place on the beacon chain since December 2020. The beacon chain is a proof of stake consensus network that runs in parallel to Ethereum's main chain. Currently, the beacon chain only verifies its own blocks and doesn't validate any Ethereum transactions or smart contract execution. While a minimum investment of 32 Ethereum is necessary to become a validator, people with less money can combine their assets in staking pools like Rocket Pool or Staked, which works similarly to proof-of-work mining pools. This enables anybody to participate in the staking process and contribute to the security of the beacon chain. The more Ethereum is staked, the safer the network becomes. It's important to note that the staked Ethereum cannot be withdrawn or unstaked. However, once Ethereum has fully transitioned to proof of stake, this will change. Despite this restriction, the staking contracts currently have 10 million Ethereum, or roughly $28 billion. That's more than 8% of the total Ethereum quantity in circulation. The merge. Ethereum is currently like a rocket ship operating on a primitive proof-of-work engine. It pollutes the environment, costs a lot of money, and is difficult to replace. Just like how trains were once difficult to replace when cars were introduced as a newer, more popular, and efficient mode of transportation. The beacon chain functions as a cleaner, more energy-efficient engine that operates in parallel with the old technology and is based on proof of stake. The last stage of the transition will be able to detach Ethereum's old engine and replace it with the new one completely. The merge is the next phase, and it's arriving soon. So what will happen after the merge? Transactions, smart contracts, and proof of work are currently all handled by users or nodes running Ethereum 1 clients. The beacon chain's nodes use their own software, known as Ethereum 2 clients. The nodes will execute these two pieces of software in parallel following the merge. The Ethereum 1 client for execution with proof of work disabled, and the Ethereum 2 client for consensus. The newer element will organize blocks and communicate with the execution component, which will handle the contracts and transactions. The merge isn't rewriting the wheel by utilizing this modular approach. It's basically taking what's currently working, disabling what isn't in use, and replacing it with a newer, cleaner engine. Returning to our train analogy, it's similar to how coal engines were replaced by gas engines, or how electric automobiles are displacing old gas cars. The goal of human development has always been to become more efficient over time, and the same is true with technological evolution. What are the benefits of proof of stake for Ethereum? Proof of stake will offer a few new features to Ethereum. In addition to a significant reduction in energy usage, constant block time is one of them. Confused? Allow us to elaborate. Blocks are added to the proof of work when they are discovered, with an average time between blocks of 13 seconds, although blocks are commonly found in under 3 seconds or over 30 seconds. The block time may be set since proof of stake random selection doesn't rely on solving math equations. After the merge, the time will almost always be exactly 12 seconds. Time-critical applications will especially benefit from these predictable block times. Another benefit of proof of stake is that it provides actual finality, meaning that once a block has been approved by the validators, it cannot be reversed. Whereas in proof of work, there is always the possibility that someone is secretly mining a longer chain and will cause an unauthorized reorganization. Proof of stake is still vulnerable to 51% assaults like proof of work, but such attacks can be avoided since they are even more expensive to carry out in proof of stake, and the financial risk to the attacker is significant. What proof of stake can't do? The merge isn't a scalability solution. Moving to proof of stake won't immediately expand Ethereum's capacity. It is, however, a crucial step since it allows for sharding, a mechanism that allows validators to specialize in smaller portions of transactions and smart contracts, ultimately adding parallel computing to blockchains. But why is it necessary to scale up? Many people believe that following the merge, the price of Ethereum will collapse. Stakeholders will rush to cash in their potential gains if withdrawal or unstaking is adopted. While this is possible, it will be considerably limited in practice by system limits. From a total of 220,000 validators, only 900 will be able to leave each day. Another key financial consideration is that because proof of stake consumes significantly less energy, it's no longer required to issue a large number of new coins to cover the miners' expenditures, implying that with EIP 1559 burning Ethereum every day, Ethereum might possibly become a deflationary asset. This means that you'll be able to buy more Ethereum tomorrow with the same amount of money you have today. Cool, right? The merge is perhaps the most significant event in Ethereum's history. The transition to proof of stake has been in development for at least 5 years, and it's a great time to be on the verge of it. The stakes are incredibly high on the Ethereum network, pun intended, with billions of dollars being traded every day. Furthermore, if the merge is successful, it may drive other blockchains to move to proof of stake. Let's see how things go this summer. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for future videos. Please leave a comment below to tell us what you think about the Ethereum merge and whether you think it's the right step to take or not.